Hey guys, so today we're checking out the Red Rock Hood Scoop insert with LED lighting fitting all 2014 to 2018 Toyota Tundras. So if you're looking for a very easy way to add some extra sporty styling to your truck, this hood scoop is going to be a great choice. And this will be great if you want to get rid of any accents or chrome accents that you have on your Tundra and you're looking to replace the trim around the front. This hood scoop is going to do just the trick. Now this will also just add a lot of off-road styling, especially with those amber LED lights up front and the matte black look, giving you a more blacked out appeal or sleek appeal to the front end of your truck, while also making you more noticeable while you're driving. Now this will be made of an injection molded ABS plastic material for a snug fit and a rugged design. And again, this is going to come in that matte black finish, but you can paint it if you'd like with the right prep, so you can really paint it whatever color you'd like, or you can match it to your Tundra's color code, kind of adding more of a personal touch to this piece. Not to mention, this will come with a long lead of wires, speaking of personal touch. So you can wire this however you'd like. It is not going to come with a wiring harness, it's just going to come with these two leads here, but you do get a decent amount of wires with this. So I personally like that because you can wire this in however you'd like, adding some customization to the lighting itself. However, those LED lights on the front are going to be incredibly bright and just assist you with that off-road look that you may be looking for the front end of your truck. Not to mention, this is going to be affordable for what this is, coming in at roughly $250. Now when it comes to comparing this to other options available on the category, this will be one of the only choices that will come with LED lighting. Some other options may be located in a different place as well, like on top of the hood or on the fender, so you're not really going to see a lot of choices that mount up to the front that get rid of that factory style trim. Now I personally like this option because not only are you getting a rugged and off-road look with this, great for anybody who's a fan of that amber LED look up front for their truck, but it's also customizable when it comes to not only the lighting, but the overall look. So again, if you're looking for just an easy and affordable way to switch up and customize the front end, this is gonna be right up your alley, and it's very easy to install. I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you about 45 minutes to get the job done with some pretty basic hand tools. And this comes with all of the clips and the seals, again, for a snug fit. So one of our installers here is gonna walk you through that process step by step. So that wraps it up for me and my review. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
Tools used for this installation: needle nose pliers, 1/4-inch drive ratchet, and 10mm socket. Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to install our hood scoop today on our Tundra. We got some bolts up top and some clips to take out. We'll pull it out and we got a little wiring to do. So let's jump into the installation. So first thing we're going to do to remove our hood insert is we're going to remove our 3 10mm screws and our 3 black clips. I'm going to start with my 10mm ratchet and socket, and I'm going to remove all 3 10mm, and then we'll start and use our pliers to remove our clips. So now that we have our clips underneath here and our 3 10mm out, I'm going to lift up and pull. There's some clips back here holding it in. You should be able to give it a tug and it should come right off. So now we got our scoop removed. We're going to go on to our new scoop here. What we're going to do is we're going to install our cage nuts and some push clips, and then we'll take this over and start installing it onto our vehicle, and I'll show you how to run our wiring harness. So now we're going to install our cage nuts. You're going to have one here, one there, one down there. Just going to push them into place. And they're going to hold our 10mm bolts when we put them in. And then one down here. And once we have those in, we're going to take our white clips. And they're just going to slide into place. Like that. Same goes on the back side. That one went in a little loose, but so we'll try the last one here. And now that we have all our clips in, we'll take this over and install it onto our truck. So now that we got our scoop over here, we're ready to install it on our hood. First thing we're going to do is fish our electrical wire down through the side of the hood here. Now, on this hood, there's a couple different holes. There's one here, there's one there, there's one down there. The ideal hole would be the one in the back. What you'd want to do is take some kind of wire or a coat hanger or anything, fish it up through here, hook onto this wire, tape it, and you could probably pull it through and pull it down there. For our installation here, because we're going to be removing this, I'm going to come out this hole right here, and you could even do that and tie it up somehow down along here and run it over to where you're going to end up hooking these two wires to your DRLs. We're not going to do that on our vehicle because, again, we're going to be removing it, but I'm going to show you how and what you can do to get that done. So now what I'm going to do is pull this down. I'm going to fish this wire in the hood here and get it over to where that hole is. Now, if you got a small arm, you can get in here and feed it through. And you got to be careful because the metal is sharp. So now I'm going to take the scoop and set the scoop here for now so I can pull the excess wire through. And once I have it through, I'm going to install the scoop, push the top clips in, lift back up on the hood, line these clips up underneath here. And now that we have those in, we will install our 10 millimeters. Now we'll install our 10 millimeters and I'll tighten them up with my 10 millimeter socket and ratchet. And now that we have those installed, we'll talk about our wiring harness and how to hook that up. So as you see, I ran the wire through this top hole here instead of the bottom hole. You can use this hole. It probably wouldn't look too bad to come out here and come down. There's only so much wire they give you in this kit. So I did this. You could tie this to your strut rod right here. You just want to make sure you tie it to this part of the strut, not this part, but you could do that and have it hang down. And once you got it down in here, then there's a lot of different options that I'm going to talk about of how to hook this up, so it gives you an idea. One option is going to be to take your hot and black wire, take some flat blade connectors. You can get all this stuff at your local auto parts store. These connectors here, which pinch into the wire, and you can push your flat blade into it like that. So you can use this and you can find your DRL wires, which are down inside here where your headlights are. You can look them up on the internet, figure out which ones are what, use a test light, and you could hook it up that way too. Plug these in, crimp into the wires, put your spades in there and push down into them. You can also, if you wanted to, at your local auto parts store, you could get a toggle switch, some kind of on and off switch, and you could fish that inside the vehicle and then use that as to turn them on and off. They don't have to run with the DRLs, but that is another option. So in that case, you would run your toggle switch inside, bring your hot wire out. It would tie into these wires. One would go to the ground, one would go to the hot, one would go back into the switch, and to turn the switch on and off, to turn the lights on and off. So there's some options to hook these wires up and get you started as far as that goes. So just going back over what we talked about with hooking the wires up, these connectors here, you can get at your local auto parts store, and the flat blade connector here too, the terminal connector. You can use all this stuff. You can get down inside here behind the battery where your wiring harness is, find your daytime running light harness, and then tie these two wires into that harness. Or the other option is to put it on a switch and mount it underneath the dash. That wraps up this review and install of our Red Rock Hood Scoop insert with LED lighting for 1418 Tundras. Thanks for watching, and for all things Tundra, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.